I have somebody who wants to hire me to write and direct and produce a movie for her. And she asked me to make up a contract for her. We don't have a contract yet. She asked me to write one up for her. So I wrote up a single-space, 6-page work-for-hire contract, which basically outlined everything that I'm going to do and what I want from her in return. And I had never done that before, and it was like very enlightening to me, all the things that I actually do when I write, direct, and produce a film. Now, writing, it's pretty straightforward. You write a draft that they're going to be happy with, and that may mean writing first draft and then rewriting it a couple of times, but the directing and producing, holy crap, there's a lot involved, like scads of things involved in a list like 2 pages long of, well, I'm going to be doing this, and then 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 this. And by the way, I'm also going to do this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. So it was, and it took me more than a couple of days. It took me several days to actually think about what all do I do? Because up to this point, it's been pretty much I do this for myself. I come up with the ideas for the projects that I want to do. I write them, I produce them, and I direct them. This is the first time that somebody has hired me and asked me to write up a contract of say what you're going to do and then what you want to get paid for that. So it was, wow. Yeah, it was extensive, to say the least. And then I realized I probably wasn't asking for enough money. It was kind of interesting that she had me do it, but you know what? If she had done it, she wouldn't have had any idea what it was that I was going to do. It will be a drama, and it'll be a short film, and even then, I'm going to do everything you would do on a feature. In fact, when you make a short film, you do everything you do. Short film, feature film, it doesn't matter. You do all the same work, regardless of the length of the project. It's just you have less time to do it in a short film than you do in a feature. When you're doing a short film, it's all very compact. You have to crunch everything into a very finite period of time, and you have to really plan. When I did that film, Worth, we shot it in one day, in one location, and I did 90 setups in that one day. It was exhausting. It was exhausting, but I got it all done. That's kind of what you have to do on a short film. You have to plan minutely to the nth degree so that you can get everything you want in a very tiny space of time. In a short film, you can't make any mistakes because you can't go back. There's no going back. Once you leave that location, you cannot go back and you can't fix anything. That's it. You're done. It's like you have to make sure you do everything, get every shot, get every piece that you're going to get there, because once you move on, you're done. In a feature, even if you miss something, it doesn't go right, you look at it later, you look at the dailies that night and you're like, oh, yeah, that didn't work exactly the way I wanted it to work. Even if you can't go back to that location, you can sometimes rewrite the script to shoot that scene in a little bit different location and reshoot it again. Because you've got all your actors and you've got a schedule that allows for a little bit of flexibility, and you've got time. In a short film, you have no time. That's kind of how it works with a short film. You're really under the gun, and everything has to be planned so carefully so that you get everything you want to get and you don't make any mistakes. So that's what I've been up to over the last few days, is writing a lovely 6-page single-spaced work-for-hire contract for myself. Yay. Now, we just have to hope that the project moves forward and it's all worth it, and I actually go into production. But at least, even if it doesn't go, I have now the template for this contract moving forward. so that if anybody wants to hire me from this point forward for any indie project, I got my template, man. It's like, okay, here, this is what you're going to get, and this is what you're going to pay me. So, yay. That's the silver lining. You're always kind of working for the next project. Here's the thing about Hollywood. You're always being paid for the last thing that you did, which is kind of crappy, but it's true. You're never being paid for this thing. This thing that you're doing, you're being paid for the last thing you did. So if you're not really well known right now, you're not being paid very well, unfortunately. But if this thing that you're doing right now suddenly becomes really well known, then the next thing you do is going to be really well paid, even if it's a piece of crap. Or you're just taking it for the money, which there are people out there who do that. I don't know that I would really want to do that. It's not my style. But it's kind of the way that Hollywood works, is that you're always being paid for the last thing you did because that's what everybody's aware of. So that's your value.